Hi everybody. Today the webinar is going to be about this different kinds of notes that you can add to Veculim, whether it be on the quotes, the job cards, and then also on the ordering window. So a lot of you know how to use the internal notes, but we're just going to show you a little bit of a quicker way to add them and also one or two different things that you can do or add. So on the quotes window where we're going to start, I'm just going to click on quotes there. Obviously, this is your list of quotations that you've already created. I'm just going to move that one so we can see at the bottom here. So you'll see for each and every record on the left-hand side, you can choose to either by default view the parts on that specific quote, which you can now see when I've done that. And you can also see the notes on that section. So the notes on this specific quotation, there are no notes here. So if I go to that one, for example, you can see that there's a note that was pulled through by the order text import. If I go to this one, you'll see some notes over there. So you'll see all the notes by default then if you click on this one. Now what I'd like to show you is, I know that you are used to adding the notes on the quotation once it's open, so on the update quote window. But today I'm just going to show you a bit of a quicker way to do that. So if we're choosing our finalized quote here, for example, quote number 39, there, and we have defaulted to the notes, if I simply click on add note here, you can add a manual note. So it could be really anything that you want to add. So we're just going to say testing notes on quotes. If I press enter, the note is added. So manually adding notes to any quotation is a lot easier than going to do it on the update quote window. Now on this specific section, you'll also see the little block here. If I click on that, this note that I've added will also then be printed on the job cards that is going out to your workshop. So any notes that you want the guys on the floor to see or view, you can then add this note and then just tick the little box on the left hand side to make sure that it gets printed on the job card as well. Now, the other option that you have that I wanted to show you is here on your email. I've just added a few notes so we can just add them to this section. So we have what we call a drag and drop feature. Now, I'm going to use this specific note at the bottom here that I've added. So I'm highlighting whatever's on the email. Now, the drag and drop feature is on your email. Any correspondence that you could have had with a client or that you wrote to them or they wrote back to you. So anything that you want to get from your email onto the Veculim system, you can simply drag and drop. So we're highlighting the section that we would like to take over. And I simply click and I drop it here. Veculim is going to ask you if you would like to add this text as an internal note. I'm going to say yes, and there it's taken that specific section over to my Veculim system. Now you can do this on the quotes and you can do it on the job cards as well, which I will show you, as well as on the ordering window. So for the guys now that are ordering the parts in the store section, they are welcome to add any notes and to do with correspondence with the supplier. They can then add to that ordering window. So I'm going to close this one quickly. Let's go over to the jobs in progress one. Now on the jobs in progress window, you'll see that it's the same concept. If I move this one over a little bit for us, so you'll see if I click on notes, there's a whole bunch of notes that was added here by the net assess quotes, and then some of the notes you'll see here, like order created, ETA date set, job checked in, those are what we call our order trails. So it's notes that the system makes automatically just to give you an idea of who has done what and what's been done, what the status of the job is at the moment, etc. So you will see these notes on the system as well. Now, again, same concept. If you want to add a manual note onto the job that you haven't added previously, but please note that all the notes that you create on the quote is pulled through to the job card as well. It might not be printed on the job card, only the ones that I showed you that are ticked in that box will be printed on the job card, but all the notes are still carried over to the job card in progress section. So if I click on insert here, you'll see that it automatically gives you the date and timestamp and then also the detail that I'd like to order. So let's just say inserting note onto job card, and I press enter. So it's the same concept, adding a manual note to the job card as well, or to the job. So instead of using the update job window, you're using this little section at the bottom as well. Now, if I wanted to go in and add that little use the drag and drop feature, so I'm going to use this one, which says vehicle will be brought in late due to the change in the customer's plans. You could use that on a pending job. So we can, for example, click on that one, which is a pending job, job number 24. I'll use this one, drag and drop it here. And if I say yes, then you'll see the note there as well. So the feature runs on the quote window, the jobs in progress window, as well as the ordering window. Okay, now that we've done the notes on the job card section, if I click on purchasing, go to order window, you'll see again that you have your details on the left hand side and then also your notes section. So what I'm going to do here, for example, you'll also see your order trail over here. So the order was created, the ETA date was set. If you see more than one ETA date set note, this is them sort of just telling you that the expected date that the goods are to be received was changed once or twice. It could have been that you were expecting it on one date and then the goods arrived 2 or 3 days later. So if it was changed, then you'll see more than one note there. So this one works exactly the same. If you want to insert a manual note, you just click on insert, which will then add the note here. Okay, that's your manual note. And then if you want to make use of the drag and drop feature, let's use the top one. Drag, drop, and it does exactly the same thing. So the process of using the drag and drop feature on all three of these different windows work exactly the same. All right. So this was a very short and sweet webinar. We just wanted to show you the different ways that you can use the notes internally. And I would like to urge everybody to make use of it, because it just gives, especially if you are a bigger shop, it gives everybody an idea of where you're at, whether it be in terms of the parts or the job card or when the vehicle needs to be booked in, small things the guys might need to know when doing the job card. So it could be a note on the quote that you've added that's now printed onto the job card. So for whatever reason, in different phases of this vehicle moving through your panel beating shop, it's a good idea to just let everybody know what's going on. And the notes are available for everybody to view if they have permission on that specific window or section of Veculim. It's open for all to view. So yeah, if you have any questions, you guys are welcome to ask. Please make use of our docs.veculim site as well if you are unsure of anything, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.